6 months ago, I got my hands on the Pimax Super, a headset that promised to redefine what high-end PC VR could look like. The world's first retina-level, ultra-high resolution headset, 140-degree field of view, and a modular design with interchangeable 50 and 57 ppd and ultra-wide optical engines, and also now with a micro OLED. Now, unlike other content creators, I dived straight in and checked out a series of games, keen to check out exactly what made the Pimax Super tick, and more importantly, whether it lived up to the hype. But like all early adoption, it takes some time to get things right, and in this video I'm going to be taking a look at the latest Pimax Play innovations, discuss issues that the headset encountered with the launch of the 50 series NVIDIA GPUs and early driver problems, and finally give my opinion on what you need to know. Is the Pimax Super the right PC VR headset for you? In between, we're going to be diving into some gameplay sections where I'll be sharing my views on the headset 6 months on. Let's hit that like, bash that subscribe, and let's get straight in. So guys, I wanted to start things off on something I think is absolutely incredible. This is the Shutoko revival project on the Pimax Super. And guys, this is just absolutely incredible, it really is. Now, the Pimax Super has been out around 6 months now, and I thought what's a better way to demonstrate that this headset is far more than just what many people believe it is. And what I mean by that is, a lot of people ask me, friends and people who watch these videos, okay, the Pimax Super, I really like the look of it, but I don't play DCS, I don't play Microsoft Flight Simulator, and it seems that that's all that that headset is good for. Now this headset is far more than that, and I've already started to demonstrate this with titles, for example, American Truck Simulator, Euro Truck Simulator 2, and also recently as well, we've had a look at the Lucross VR mod. Now, one of the next videos I want to do in this headset is Cyberpunk 2077 with all the mods and all the bells and whistles, and that's something that we are going to do. But it shows how pliable and how flexible this headset is. Now, I played Assetto Corsa on this map previously, and I played it on the Quest 3. And that was some time ago, admittedly, but this is just a next level experience, and that's what the Pimax Super is all about. Now as well, we've come on leaps and bounds in terms of software, so we've been through quite a reiteration of different software updates since we've had this headset launched, and I believe that this is the best time to be looking at purchasing a Pimax Super, not only for the incredible offers that Pimax are providing, giving you these incredible DMAS headphones, for example, included with the deal, and also including those amazing prescription lenses by Hans VR. Now I'm also using those in this headset at the moment, so we'll also be taking a look at those within this video as well. But as you can see guys, this is just absolutely unbelievable, absolutely awesome, and it's an incredible experience, and it just plays absolutely pin sharp. And what matters in this game, as you know, as I'm driving around here in a nearly 600 horsepower BMW M2 racing through the streets of Tokyo, it's the experience this headset gives you, and that's what it's all about. So let's take a look at some of the titles and let's see exactly why I believe 6 months on there's never been a better time to buy a Pimax Super. The fantastic team at Pimax have provided viewers a number of incredible offers. First of all, if this video whets your appetite for a Pimax Super, if you have an existing VR headset such as a Quest or a Valve Index or many more, check the link in the video description and submit your proof of purchase of your existing headset. And Pimax will provide to you within 2 working days a redemption code that you can use to get free DMAS headphones and free Hans VR lenses, both of which we'll be taking a look at later in this video. But both of these are essential Pimax Super accessories. But let's not forget the Pimax Crystal Light. You can get up to $100 discount from a Crystal Light by submitting proof of purchase as well. Also by quoting this code under the YouTube section, NLSimgaming_gift, you can also get an additional free gift such as DMAS headphones, top strap or facial foam, completely free as well. But what if you don't have an existing VR headset? Don't worry, you can still get a discount by using the other discount links in the video description and using the code NLSimgaming. Welcome to Japantown and welcome to Cyberpunk 2077 in amazing virtual reality. This game needs no introduction as being one of the most incredible experiences in VR that you can experience. I thought it was a fitting inclusion into today's video because we are at an absolute point in virtual reality where we have never been before. To be able to run AAA titles in VR using DLSS 4 transformer technology and getting frame rates of above 90 FPS with high settings and ray tracing enabled was just something that I would have never been able to imagine. And that DLSS 4 transformer technology also extends to other games that are native VR games now. What a time to be alive, it really is. Now this game, I've reviewed it previously. I've included in that video how to get this game running in VR, and it really is a 5-minute process. It's drag and drop files by the amazing Luke Ross modifier. And if you haven't played it in VR, you have to experience this. If I look up to the sky there, the sense of scale in this city is absolutely amazing. If you want to talk about amazing immersion, then this is the game for it. Now, as promised in my previous video, I said that I would be back in Cyberpunk 2077 showing this game running modifications. All the bells, all the whistles, exactly what I promised. And that is exactly what you are getting here. Now, the power of the Pimax Super with its amazing retina level displays, this game has never looked so good. It really, really hasn't. And using DLSS 4 transformer technology, it is running buttery smooth. The frame rates are incredible. And let me just take you to the pièce de resistance. This game is running modifications. We are running modified cars, and we have over 200 graphical modifications running in here as well. Now this Porsche 911, I've also got to say that the people who modify this game are just absolute geniuses. They really are. If I zoom in to this Porsche logo on the headlight, just there, inside of there, and the detail is just absolutely mind-blowing. On the alloy wheels there you can even see the Brembo brake calipers and Michelin tyres. It's absolutely mind-blowing, it really is. And it's the detail like that, and seeing that in this amazing resolution that the Pimax Super is offering is, let me say guys, the most incredible VR experience I think I've ever had. It really is. I'm going to get into this vehicle and we're going to have a quick drive around Night City, also appreciating the interior which matches the exterior for the quality. The dials, I can read all the writing pin sharp on the dashboard there. You know, absolutely everything is amazing, it really is. Now it gives us a good example here of how buttery smooth the frame rate is as well. We are running 90 FPS as already mentioned on the Pimax Super here, and we are driving around Night City in a Porsche 911. What an incredible experience this is. Now if you've already had and owned this game and played it on flat screen, then you will know what an incredible experience it is on the flat screen, but nothing can prepare you for how amazing this is in virtual reality. Now we're going to get out of the Porsche and we're going to take another quick look around it and appreciate how amazing this is. And as you can see with the halo lights on and everything, even the Turbo S logo on the seats, the detail not only in this game but in the Pimax Super is absolutely incredible. And if you want a game to showcase this headset, get your friends round, get Cyberpunk 2077 on, get some modifications loaded and show them this, and you will absolutely blow their socks off. You will blow your own socks off in the process as well, because I've been recording this video actually for around a week now, and I've been so immersed in this game, I've actually got lost playing the game and actually forgotten about the fact that I should be recording a video to get out to mark 6 months on with the Pimax Super. So that takes me back onto 6 months with the Pimax Super and where we come from, and to have come from a start where we had some problematic NVIDIA drivers We had issues with connectivity, we had issues with tracking. What Pimax Play have done in terms of the updates to that is incredible. You know, we've got the GPU upscaling, and we've got some amazing improvements to Pimax Play for stability, and you know, everything is absolutely fantastic now. This headset is just perfection, absolute perfection, and playing using modifications like the Lucross mod to bring flat screen games to virtual reality opens up the door to an amazing wealth of titles. And as already mentioned in previous videos, and I'll mention the same again now, the extra field of view that you get within the Pimax Super just adds in waves to that immersive factor. It just gives you extra dimensional improvements, and it's an absolutely unbelievable experience. Now, we've already shown you one of the vehicles that we can get. We're going to summon another just to show you how incredible these modifications are. So let's get something a bit spicier now. So we're going to now summon this Lamborghini Huracan STO here, and that's going to appear, as you can see, just here. But to be able to, for the sake of £8, which is what it is to sign up to the Lucross Patreon page and get this incredible drag and drop modification that turns Cyberpunk 2077, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, Far Cry 6, The Last of Us 2, the list is going on and on and on. There are some amazing games, and it is just getting more and more by the day. It's improving by the day. Now that also opens the door to the people who don't want to buy a Pimax headset for Flight Simulator, for Automobilista 2. They want to play games like Cyberpunk 2077, and they want to play them with modifications in a completely new experience that they've never had before. And again, just looking at this amazing modified car just here, you can see that these guys, they are just knocking out of the ballpark with these improvements and these modifications. We're going to get into this Lamborghini, and you know, it needs no introduction, does it here? I mean, look at this, it is just absolutely unbelievable. Stepping out of the Lamborghini and just driving around again just for a moment, in, you know, these are incredibly fast vehicles to drive around, and to be able to have amazing frame rates and unbelievable graphics and deeply immersive experiences, what more can you ask for from VR and what the Pimax Super is offering? Nvidia released the RTX 50 series GPUs, the 5080 and 5090, etc. at the start of 2025, and with them came a new generation of driver and software and firmware. Almost in parallel, Pimax was rolling out newer headsets including the Pimax Super and pushing its Pimax Play software, which is a user interface hub for the headset's firmware and settings, etc. Users expected the new hardware and software combination to just work. But as so often happens with new hardware and new drivers, there were unexpected bugs. So what went wrong? Well, I was one of the first Pimax content creators to actually own a 5090 and test it with the Pimax Crystal Light at that time, and these were some of the common issues encountered around that time, including for myself. So the first one being the headset screen off issue. There was no image on launch, and many users reported that when using the RTX 50 series GPUs, or sometimes certain drivers, Pimax Play would indicate that the headset was connected but the screen would be off, or there would be no image and stuck in a boot loop trying to connect. Sometimes the GPU would show high utilization, the system would just freeze or stutter, and the connection would just constantly reset, as reported by a number of users on Reddit also. The other one was the black screen and crashes with Steam VR games. Now, some users saw their Pimax headsets, such as the Crystal Light again, go completely black during Steam VR games when using the newer RTX 50 GPUs, and this was across different drivers and different setups. The other one was broken audio driver conflicts. There were reports that Nvidia high definition audio drivers were interfering, and some users found disabling or deactivating that audio driver solved issues like no image or screen off. However, that of course meant losing headsets audio through Pimax, and I encountered this issue myself, but it was quickly patched within a matter of days by Nvidia with the driver updates. Now the other one was general instability, the need for constant drivers and firmware fixes, so Nvidia had to push multiple hotfix drivers to address black screens, and these caused crashes and DisplayPort issues, and Pimax also issued guidance and workarounds at that time, and also collected logs so that they and Nvidia could debug the problems. Now Pimax Play has recently been updated, and it's a literal game changer for the Pimax Super. Now I've seen significant performance improvements using the GPU upscaling in some games, for example, and also in an upcoming guide that I've got coming for American Truck Simulator and Euro Truck Simulator 2, the sharpening feature improves performance massively. Here's a short clip from my Le Mans Ultimate video where I show the noted benefits of Pimax Play using the GPU upscaling feature, where it shows in certain scenarios there can be uplifts of around 30%. So the difference in this particular title is, last week I was getting around 68, 70 FPS-ish, and I'm running the title on everything maxed out, ultra settings, Pimax Play on the Pimax Super set at 0.90 in render resolution, and it's visually stunning. It looks absolutely fantastic. Now, I wasn't able to actually record on the same PC because obviously the overhead is taken up by the performance of the game. With this 1.41 update, as soon as I enabled the quality GPU upscaling and set the NIS, which is the NVIDIA GPU upscale, to quality, I was getting 90 FPS solid, and I could not believe it. That is a performance uplift of around 25-30%. Absolutely insane. Really is. And I thought, okay, well, let's try recording on the same PC then. And I'm now getting around sort of average of 78, 79 FPS, even recording with two 4K cameras, as you can see, and also recording at high quality settings as well. Comfort is of course vitally important in a VR headset, and as mentioned earlier in the video, Pimax are including as part of the offer with the Pimax Super the fantastic Hans VR lenses. If you need vision correction, then these are essential in my opinion, and they are as easy to install as simply locating the mounting clips in the optical engine by lining the lenses up in the Pimax Super. It's easier to do this by removing the facial interface, which is easily done. The actual facial interface is magnetic, and once the lens frames are held in place, the actual lenses are held in magnetically and can be easily removed for storage in the included carry case. One question that comes up continuously is how comfortable is the Pimax Super out of the box, and the answer is surprisingly very comfortable. It actually comes with two facial foams. One is thicker to allow potentially for glasses to be worn underneath, but there are of course a number of third-party accessories available, and one of which is by Studio Form. Now a number of viewers have asked what strap am I using in the videos, and their Apache V3 with the facial interface cushions is an absolute game changer for comfort. Now Richard, a friend from the United States who helped me testing in the previous ATS guides, took my advice and got an Apache V3, and in his exact words, it's like driving a Cadillac, which probably can't get any more higher praise. And there are links in the video description for a discount on one of those, and the weight distribution on top of the head can be adjusted easily using the Velcro strips. They fit around the DMAS speakers snugly and are incredibly well designed. Now speaking of DMAS headphones, these are an absolute game changer for both the Pimax Super and the Pimax Crystal Light, and the sound quality is exceptional. There's fantastic deep bass, there's no need for external headphones, and remember that these are also included for free on the Pimax offer, on the Pimax Super shown at the beginning of the video. So 6 months on, in virtual reality, on the Pimax Super, this is where we are now. It is just absolutely tremendous. We are looking at American Truck Simulator, which, as many viewers will know of the channel, is one of my all-time favourite PC VR games, and it isn't even a native VR title. It is absolutely incredible on the Pimax Super, and even more so with the advancements in Pimax Player. We're now on Pimax version 1.41 in Pimax Player, and we are utilizing one of the amazing features within Pimax Player in this video, which is the incredible GPU upscaling feature, but also the actual sharpening feature. Now, the GPU upscaling feature I've mentioned previously in some other videos, and in Le Mans Ultimate we saw an uplift of around 30%. In this particular game we're not using the actual GPU upscale, but what we are using is the sharpening feature, which is set to 0.5, and the visuals are absolutely stunning. They are absolutely incredible. It isn't represented incredibly well in the actual OBS video capture on this game, unfortunately, but through the lens this is just absolutely pin sharp and absolutely stunning. Now we're going to dive into this amazing John Ruder truck, and we're going to have a look around, but hopefully you can see this. The level of detail within this interior is just absolutely incredible. Now before the lights turn red, we're going to drive on, and we're going to have a little drive around. Now as you can see, this game is not standard, it's running a number of modifications. The modifications are listed in the guide, which I'll also link at the end of this one, and I'm in the process of actually updating the guide as well to version 1.56, and I have a number of subscribers testing this as well. Now one of those subscribers is Simon. He is a relatively new friend, trucker, fellow trucker, and he actually bought a Pimax Super just to play this game, and use the link in the video description from a previous video, and he's been in touch with me quite a lot, and we've been talking quite a lot about ATS and ETS2. And one of the most gratifying messages that I had from him last week was he said he'd got the game playing fantastically and looking absolutely stunning in VR, and that for me is just fantastic to hear. And I've seen this game in VR on a number of headsets, the Quest Pro, the Quest 3, the Pimax Crystal Lite even, but I have never seen it look as fantastic as what we're seeing it now today. Now Simon is also a fellow YouTuber, and there is a link in the video description to his channel. He has some really funny AI videos as well, so it's really worthwhile checking his channel out, and I'd highly suggest that you do, and it'd be great if you could subscribe to him as well. And he also wants to start doing some videos on the Pimax Super himself, and he's primarily also a gaming channel as well. But back onto this game, and another reason why I wanted to include this game is because we associate the Pimax Super as being one of those headsets that's for games such as Microsoft Flight Simulator and Automobilista 2, and even Le Mans Ultimate, and games such as those Flight Simulator and racing titles. But this headset is capable of so much more, as shown within this video. If you're wanting to play those games, of course there is no better way to play those games. 6 months on, I believe this headset is firmly one of the most capable, probably the king of all VR headsets, not only in terms of clarity, but also now in terms of software support. And also finally we've got those stable drivers to underpin the performance of this headset. But there is something about this headset, you put it on and it's just simply next level. If we talk about next level sim gaming, then we have to talk about the Pimax Super, because this is what I envisaged when I started this channel. Super high-end hardware and amazing VR experiences. There is no better way to play VR, in my opinion, at this time than on the Pimax Super. And there we have it. 6 months later, the Pimax Super still blows my mind. The clarity, the immersion, the sheer performance are unmatched. This headset is a beast in PC VR gaming, and if you've been on the fence, let me tell you, the Pimax Super isn't just keeping up with the market, it's pushing VR into the future. I cannot wait to see where this headset goes next, and trust me, the ride is only getting crazier from here with the improvements to Pimax Player and some incredible possibilities like we saw with a real VR mod by Luke Ross. Smash that like button for what's coming, subscribe for more next level VR coverage, and let me know in the comments, are you ready to go Super?